Florida is currently pushing through legislation which would allow for the death penalty to be used for child sex offenders. This is clearly great. It is an absolute win. This is an objectively good thing. It has gotten bipartisan support. Everybody can get behind this. Everybody rational, at least, right? Because there's nothing more evil somebody can do than go and pray after a child. I could make a strong argument that it takes a more deprived person to go and sexually abuse a child than it does to go and kill somebody, than it does to go pull a trigger, right? While both are clearly evil, somebody to get into the mindset to go and pray after a child like that, they have to be so incredibly messed up that the only logical response is the death penalty. It is one of the most evil, if not the most evil thing you can do. You cannot get worse than going after children. Right now, no other state has been able to pass any bills like this because of this Kennedy versus Louisiana case that the Supreme Court ruled in 2008 that the death penalty could not be applied for the sexual offense of a child. They claimed that it was violating the Eighth Amendment here because they considered it to be a cruel and unusual punishment. They pretty much stated that the only reasonable case to use a death penalty for would be murder. They claimed that this was not bad enough to use a death penalty. However, the majority of Florida clearly disagrees, and I'm sure most people can get behind something like this. The sexual attack on a child is so evil that it is a totally reasonable punishment to go through with the death penalty here, right? And Florida sees that the Supreme Court has significantly changed since 2008. We have seen a lot of differences from the different people within it, and it's very likely that the US Supreme Court now would back something up like this. But what, as always, we see is liberals calling themselves out on this, right? Because right now this is just going after sexual predators of children. However, we see this liberal media company claiming a new Florida bill could spell literal death for queer and trans citizens. What are they even talking about? This bill is specifically going after child predators. What they are essentially saying here is that Florida, by saying we're going to kill child predators, is going after gay people. Sounds like a self call out right here. Are you saying that you guys are sexual predators? Because I know, yeah, it's true for like 80% of you, but like, come on. Like, you're making it too easy for us right now. You can see right here. Look, you can see in this little highlighted portion here, Florida gets closer to Nazi Germany every day. How is this making them get closer to Nazi Germany? Because we're killing sex offenders? We're Nazis now? That is laughable. That is truly laughable. Queer and trans citizens, right? They don't have a threat from this unless they decide to sexually abuse children. Even if it's common within the community, you cannot claim in any way that this is a genocide. It clearly isn't, right? They're just going after the most evil people in our country. There's nothing more evil you can do than go after children, than pray after children. Yet they are self calling out right here, saying that this bill is going after queer people. They are saying that queer people are sexual offenders. We didn't even say it. It's not our words, it's theirs. They are the ones saying this. This is in no way genocide. And anybody who thinks otherwise is just clearly special. They are special. They are retarded. Anybody who goes against this bill is either evil, retarded, or gay, or all three, because wow, you'd have to be so incredibly messed up to not want to kill sex offenders of children, nonetheless. I fully believe that rape, like in all cases, it should be the death penalty or castration. That's what we should do to rapists, because those are the most evil people in our society. Oftentimes, I would argue worse than murder. At least murderers usually have some kind of motive, right? Most of them, like, even if it's messed up and incredibly evil, at least they have some. You can kind of follow a solid amount of their reasoning outside of like a few outliers that are just completely depraved. But with sex offenders, it is just going completely just following blindly their like weird gross desires that they have. It's people with zero self-control. They are the worst and most degenerate people in our society. They deserve to die. They deserve the death penalty. And that is what we are pushing for right here. So this is going to go to the Supreme Court, and they're going to back us up on this, and then we're going to be able to start killing people who hate children and are going after them and are abusing children. And no, this bill is in no way going for queer people unless you are saying queer people are sexual offenders. So good job. Good self-call out there. But on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up. So if you enjoy, like, subscribe, share the video. I greatly appreciate it. The only way we're going to take back this country is together. So yeah, join the fight. But I'm going to head out. So long, peace out, and God bless y'all.